7?
Yeah.
It is?
One more minute. That is so crazy. Yeah. God. I should might cry. I can't tell. How do you tell people on here? Steven, hi.
Oh, it's on.
It is on.
Oh, yay.
This is so exciting. Oh, my cry, actually. Oh, that's so annoying. Lock it up. Lock it up. Hi, friends. Chris Lowe. Hi, Cece. Claudia. We got a glass of Prosecco. Hi, Zaz. Hi, Bestie.
Gotta celebrate the launch.
Oh
Cheers to the launch of Unapologetically Coco, the YouTube channel.
I'm a YouTuber now.
Hey.
I'm actually gonna cry.
Yeah, let it out.
Oh, you guys don't understand. I've been wanting to do this for so long. Oh, it's so exciting. This is so exciting. This is like happy tears. Like, I'm just overwhelmed. I'm so grateful that people are just supportive and they just want to hear what I have to say. I think that's just kind of the big part of why I wanted to start this channel, was just because like I went through a very transformative year. And so I've just been trying to figure out, what it means to be unapologetically yourself. And that came with a lot of unpacking and doing a lot of shadow work, and just reconnecting and falling in love with myself. And I feel like I'm doing a good job. And this is like a love letter to myself and to all the people that have been there for me. And I feel so blessed. I'm just so, so happy. And I'm grateful that you guys are showing up. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Martha. And yeah, I'm just very, very happy because I just wasn't in the best place, but we're onwards and upwards. We're doing the upward spiral. I'm so grateful that you're here because I feel like for the NJ and I, the biggest thing, like our love language is creativity and being creatives. And I just, you always push me. So I'm just really happy that you're holding space for me right now because it just wouldn't be the same. And so
yes, it's an honor.
Thank you. So we're just gonna chat. We're just gonna talk. If you guys have questions for me about my, my process, kind of anything that you guys want to sign. This is all for everyone, just to talk. We're just gonna talk about my project, his project. Needs and non-negotiables. If you don't have it downloaded on Apple or Spotify, you fake.
Yes.
And we're just gonna chat. We're just gonna discuss about all the things. That is everything: self-care, loving ourselves, and all that. So I could just start by.
You do have a question, actually.
Oh, I do. Really?
What will your first official video be?
Oh my God. My first official video. So that's a great question, Cece. So I just uploaded 3 videos, which is so annoying because I've been trying to, I have 6 videos completed and done. But for whatever reason, YouTube takes forever to download.
It does.
It takes so long. And so I'm I literally started uploading at 7 a.m. and my 3rd video just got done. But there's 2 videos that are up and live. So please check that out. Please just be engaged, comment, hit the bell button, do all of that so we can just expand it, make a whole community. Because my goal is to really touch other queer humans, especially queer brown humans. I talk about how Todrick Hall was that person for me. And just, when you're navigating your sexuality that young, having someone who was so sure of themselves, sure of their skin, it was something that I found comfort in. And I was like, I want to give that back. And I feel like I've done that just naturally, just wanting to just be myself. And so it's just it makes sense, do it on a huge platform, have people who I was when I was in 8th grade see themselves in me. And so we're just going to keep it, paying it forward. And so, yeah, it would just mean so much if you guys could just comment, share with your people, do whatever, watch 1,000,000 times. I don't care. It just whatever you feel compelled to do it would mean so much.
Yeah, it's so beautiful to just see you launch this channel so intentionally. And we really do believe that like what's meant for you isn't going to pass you by. Right? We talk about that a lot. And so to just trust in the timing of your life, even when you were so inspired back then to know you wanted to launch a YouTube channel, to not give up on that, and to fight through the limiting beliefs, and to fight through the reservations, to fight through the insecurities, and to still just share. That's all this really is. And you know, we talked about a lot as creators too, we get caught up on the things we really love. We want it to be perfect when we show others. And sometimes like you don't need to do that. You know, you can launch something, and having something shared and having it be perfectly imperfect is better than waiting for something to be perfect and never sharing it at all, and never having a chance for others to connect with you and to hear your story, which is going to touch so many people as your channel continues to grow and flourish. So I'm just proud of you for taking the first steps, because those are the hardest steps. And I trust you'll have a lot of like beginner's luck, and that will turn into mastery, and that'll turn into just everyone finding you and connecting and resonating with you. So it's going to be great.
He's so good with words. I hate it. Thank you. I really mean that means a lot. I think that was like a big blockage for me, was getting started.
Of course.
You know, I was saying all the things like, well, I can't edit videos. Editing takes too long. I don't know how to, like, what would I even talk about? Like, it was just so much going on. And the beautiful thing when we talk about divine timing, Amanda Levesque, who is the founder of Science and Magic, she's one of my dearest and closest friends, and a mentor to me as well. Like, she's inspired me in my creativity for over a decade.
And we both hired her as coaches.
Yep. And so when we worked with her, she was able to push me to get past those limiting beliefs and actually just try. Because the worst thing to do is not try. That's like that's the failure. You know what I'm saying? And so like the fact that I was able to just express myself and just, you know, allow myself to just learn and just to be vulnerable, I think that is the key. And that's just kind of how it went. And I just started learning that I'm actually very capable of doing a lot of those things. And so it's just, I don't know, I'm very happy that I was able to just kind of, you know, uncover a lot of those limiting beliefs, those blockages, and then making it to something that is my superpower. And so, yeah, I want to see you. Like, I'm so blind, y'all. I'm so sorry. I can't see from here.
You're doing your Ariana Grande. Hi, Anju.
Hi, Anju. Hi, sorry, I really can't see. Charlotte, hi. We got Kenzie. Oh my gosh. Oh, is that? Oh, hey, Rue. Hey, bestie. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. But yeah, I mean, I know like the videos that I have up right now are very like sad girl summer, but don't. That's
a part of it. Okay?
It's a part of it. It's just
a season. Sad girl summer. It's a season. The season changes to hot girl fall,
and that's where we're at. Because I
icy
also
winter. I don't know. I don't know.
I just literally, for whatever reason, when I started this this channel, being sad was easy for me, which was very odd because I'm not a sad person. But so a lot of that just kind of flowed very, very quickly for me. However, I do have videos about my gender identity journey, which has been, so I obviously told everyone like on Instagram that kind of like came out.
What'd you tell them?
So I told people that I am and forevermore will be a non-binary queen up in this. And that is literally, I think, the moment I realized, okay, like you're on your way to something, because when you have time with yourself, I was able to really just kind of like figure out, oh, hi, Caleb. I was able to just really be real with myself. And I feel like I've always been non-binary, but I just didn't have the words and the understanding. And so I just really took the time to like be real with myself. And I think it started when I was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Isn't that interesting? Like tracing it back.
You know, it was always there.
This was always there, but like the confines of gender and roles and sexuality and what was like heteronormative, even like how all these things play a role in how we kind of start to hide these things that are just naturally our spirits.
And that's where it's like, for me, when you like really take the time to like do like the shadow work and like look deep, I was like, oh, it's always there. And I feel like it started going slowly, like when I started playing with clothes and like fashion. And then I was like, okay, like I'll do it for pride, you know, like, but then
what were like some of the first fashion pieces you started to experiment with, like around Pride weekends, and that, you know, really made you feel confident and sexy and cool?
That's a great question. I think heels. Definitely heels. Heels was like the moment where I was like, oh, I get why girls will wear heels when it's dead ass winter and it's super cold and you're gonna get frostbite. But like, I get it. You just feel so powerful. You feel unstoppable. I'm like, my legs weak. And so like, that was like the first instance where I was like, okay, this is kind of like what I'm into. And then also started having like my friends do my makeup a little bit more. Shout out Desiree Ford.
Shout out Desiree Ford.
But I just started having people like do my makeup a little bit more, and that made me feel powerful. And then I started like figuring out, oh, like I could find clothing from women that fit my body, fit my style. 'Cause I'm curvy. And so like it was fun to like figure out like, okay, like how can I incorporate that with kind of like my masculine style as well. Women just have better clothing. Like their style's better. The colors are like there. And so
the sections are just larger.
It's larger. Their jewelry is better. So I was like, yeah, like I am definitely, you know, gonna play with that more. And so that kind of got me thinking. And then also with dating, like I just felt like I don't really identify with being a man. Like, but I was like, I also, you know, really value femininity, but then I also am not trans. So I was like trying to like figure out like what that meant for me. And so it was just like a long journey, but I really, so I talk about it in my video, but I think the moment I realized I was non-binary is when I was watching Titanic.
Recently, because for those of you who might not know, this individual has watched Titanic probably 1,000 times front to back. So
I know the whole script.
You need to give me like a time date approximately.
Okay, yeah. So it's like when I first watched it. So like usually when people watch Titanic, that's kind of, a lot of straight guys are like, oh, that's the first time I saw a girl naked. And that was probably the first time I saw nudity for the first time. However, it didn't do anything for me. I just recognized that I wanted to be Rose, not to be with her. And that was like something that was very like deep in my body, where I was like in my soul. And so, yeah, I just like, I feel like there's always been some Easter eggs, some moments, you know, some breadcrumbs where I was like, okay, but we don't have the terminology. Now, if I was a Gen Zer, it would have been a wrap. It would have been a wrap. Gen Z, y'all know what's up. I feel like they have so much room to explore. And so, yeah, it's just been great. Hi, Drew. Hi, Cameron. Hi, Tia Cameron. Hi, Carly.
Yes. CC and Martha said shopping spree or clothing haul for a video idea.
I should write these now.
I know. I wonder what happens to these comments.
But also, you guys were like, she said Ariana eyes. Whatever, Martha.
Yeah, that's dope. That's very interesting. Traced back to the Titanic.
I just like, there's just moments where I just always like, or even like when I played games with my cousins, like I always would pick the female characters, you know, like I'm always Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat, like, you know, just little things like that where it's just, I just identified with women more.
Yeah.
And it was not like, oh, like I just feel comfortable. It's just more like I felt in union, you know.
Yeah.
They felt like me. And so, oh, also my nails.
Yes.
My nails also is another indicator. I was like, oh, something. Because my nails are always done. Y'all see this?
Yes. Yes.
I actually was not really happy with these nails, but we won't talk about that. That's another story. Hi, Meg. Oh, hi,
Melissa. Hi, Melissa.
It's the easy Kitana wins. But if you guys have any questions, please just ask away. I'm definitely also working on a dance video project, which I'm really excited about. I can't tell you too much, but I've collaborated with a team of people, and it's going to be really good. It's going to be another vulnerable piece, but I'm super excited just to be able to, just where my glasses at. I'm just really excited just to like put myself out there again, creatively and like just dance, because that's the reason why I feel like I was in such a dark place, was because I wasn't able to move out of it. You know what I mean? That's just kind of like how we go about dealing with things. What's your favorite high school memory? My favorite high school memory. I feel like it's a trick question, Caleb. What if you're not included? I'm just kidding. My favorite high school memory, actually, the one that came to mind. So Caleb and I met in this class called Human Relations.
Mhm.
It was an elective course, and it was literally like the Breakfast Club, you know, the shows. And so like what he would do, he would bring all these people from all walks of life, and we all had to like come to class and like talk about like deep issues that we would never do in other classes or like at home. And it was like allowing us to like express ourselves and like to be our full selves. And one of the things that he would do was make us sit by a new person in each class. So we were never allowed to like be with that one friend that we really feel comfortable with. And so it was my favorite memory, because I think that's when my confidence and like how I became so outspoken stemmed from. Is like, oh, it's okay for me to just be as real as possible. And it was just a great class. I met Caleb there, but like the teacher also for, I think it was snowball homecoming. It was like the first step team. So like me and my friend Mary curated it and got all the people together. We found like our coach and got an advisor. We did all of that, and then we were like able to like finally bring it out to the world, and we snapped, and people loved it.
Was that one of your first dance performances?
Yeah. But see, I don't know if I consider that dancing though. I mean, yeah, it was my first dance performance. I was like, because I wasn't ever a dance, I was more of a theater kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so I never, like, dance was never in the cards for me. It was more so
like step, it's like choreographed, right?
That's true. No, step is dance. Let me not be fake.
Yeah.
Step is dance. So yeah, that was like my first introduction to dance. And then I went to college, and then that's kind of when things kind of went up.
Awesome. Steven wants to know, who is your biggest style muse currently?
Oh my God, this is such an easy question. Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen Fire Island, the movie on Hulu. It's this non-binary, beautiful human named Tomas. What's their last name? I don't know their last name. Their name is Tomas. Oh, I am literally obsessed with them. Their style is just out of this world. Russell can attest. Like, I look at their Instagram all the time. Their style is just impeccable. They're just beautiful, just and I look at them and I'm always like, oh, it's Matos.
Yeah.
And I look at them and I'm like, when I'm famous, I'm going to be them. And which is really funny. So I reshared their post on my Instagram, and they commented.
What'd they say?
They just put like the monkey emoji.
Oh, okay, that's sweet.
And I was like,
it is a really big deal when you're
a
like public figure that you really admire
writes
back to you, or like likes a photo, or in like 2018, whenever Ari Lennox put out Whipped Cream, I was like, I love this song so much. It's just one of those songs that, like, as a musician myself, like, there are certain times you just are reminded why you fall back in love with music. And I was like, I love this song. And I just, like, I don't know why, but I just like DM'd her, and I was just like, hi, like, just so you know, I think I could probably find it, but I was just like, just so you know, I really, really love your song. I think it's one of the best songs that's come out in recent memory. There it is. Oh, she used to post it on her story, and I said, it's honestly the best song I've heard in a very long time. It shakes me to my core every time I listen. Thank you for creating. And she said, I feel so honored. Heart emoji, smiles with the hands. Thanks, my dear. It was so sweet.
Ari Lennox.
So it's a big deal when that happens. And then she liked a few photos. I was like, yeah.
It actually showed me. I was like, I should just start responding to those public figures.
It costs nothing to show love.
It really doesn't. It's so easy.
Yeah.
And then
it's a currency you never run out of.
Russell said, Nick, I did not know that.
Fun facts.
Let's see. Tommy, when are you moving to New York City? Let's manifest that. Stay tuned. When this pops off, I'll just be there as soon as possible.
Yes.
Ellie, hi. Oh my God. Coming from a teacher, is there anything your teachers did or could have done at a young age to support you and encourage you? Okay, Ellie.
That's a great question.
That's a great. Okay, let me. I'll read it again. So Ellie asks, coming from a teacher, is there anything your teachers did or could have done at a young age to support you and encourage you to be your most authentic self? You can also answer this question as well, especially because you're from Delano. For me, I valued the teachers that took the time to really connect with their students. Obviously, we have work to do, but like there's been a few teachers that have stuck out in my mind that have just taken the extra time to really just get to know me, ask questions, go above and beyond. And I think the person I think of is my school social work from middle school, Miss Cherry. I actually sent her it's funny that you mentioned, I literally messaged her 3 months ago thanking her because she is the reason why I feel like I'm as confident as I am, because she was the first person I audibly said that I was queer to. And I was like 13 years old, but obviously was like scared and like blah, blah, blah. And so she, no judgment. And I just felt always so protected. And so with teachers like that, and ironically enough, they've always been women. So, but yeah, I value when you could, because we all can tell, as students, you could tell that like when a teacher's being sincere and genuine. And so for me, when a teacher's able to really go there with you, go deep, and like really want to like, and then even when they celebrate your achievements too, and they're like actually like shows and you're like those kind of things, or like now when you're on Facebook and they're like commenting like, oh, you're doing so great. Like those are the things that stick out. And so I feel just allowing your students to have the space to be open, and just, I feel if you're able to build that rapport with them, they're just going to tell you anything. You know, it's just that's kind of how it goes. And so for me, those are the teachers that stuck out in my mind. It's only like probably like 3 or 4 for me, like Dr. Breeze, my 4th and 6th grade teacher, Miss Peichel, AP Lit. Yeah. How would you answer that?
It's kind of twofold, because I think there are certain subject matters or like extracurriculars that naturally lend themselves to being more of your like authentic self. Maybe when you carry like marginalized identities. Like I did a lot of theater growing up, and I think like, you know, as like a kid, like as a preteen and teenager who doesn't really fully know how to define themselves yet, having the opportunity to like play different roles and step into different characters' shoes actually like teaches you a lot about yourself. And having like a coach or an instructor or a director that instills good habits in you, like to be respectful to others, to value the audience's time, to value stories that aren't your own, to be on time to things, you know, to play well with others. Like there are certain things that carry over. And then in general too, if like you're teaching like math or like chemistry or something, I think I always love the teachers that, I don't know, showed up before the bell rang. Like if you needed mentorship or if there's like a subject matter that, you know, I was like wanted to understand better, like those teachers that showed up for you, didn't make you feel dumb, and just like answered the questions, you know, no matter how many iterations it took. Like those are the teachers that really stick in my mind for sure.
Do you have like a teacher in mind?
I have multiple. In the 8th grade, there's a teacher named Mrs. Soderberg that was major. She taught English.
It's always the English teachers.
I thought I was like the year before, like as a 7th grader, I thought I was like bad at English. Like I thought I was like bad at it, you know, and it was really like having a teacher like her to like sit with me and like teach me about symbolism in books, and to like help me structure essays better in the way I write. And now it's like flash forward, now I've built like multiple different like career path things off of like written and spoken communication, you know. It became like my favorite subject because like of a teacher like that who was really willing to like just dive deep with me and like stay after class and like do things like that. Mrs. Roy, my theater director, Mr. Vancura, my English teacher, Mrs. Hohenstein, my chemistry teacher, amazing person. She had like multiple kids and always came before the bell rang to like answer questions.
Yeah, that's like, that hits different when they show
and all the
up.
like college and schools classes. I was like, why am I in this? But I made it through because like those teachers. So those are a few that come to mind, I think.
That was a great question, Ellie. Thank you for that. Let's see if there's any. Ellie. Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
What are your love languages? How do you like to be loved? So my love language is how I like to receive it or how I like to give it?
Either.
Okay. Well, how I like to receive it is words of affirmation. Well, quality time, words of affirmations, like they're like there. Yeah, they're like so close. They're so close. I love spending time with all my loved ones. But yeah, sometimes you just like need like a good reminder, like that text, like, oh, like I received a lot of words of affirmations today, and that built me up to like be here. Cause I could have been super nervous, but the fact that like I know that I'm held up shows that like, okay, I can do this. And that's obviously from words of affirmation. You used to need those reminders sometimes. I like to give gifts as love, like, you know, like random, like, oh, I just got you like this treat because you like it, you know, like things like, you know what I mean? Or is that acts of service? I don't really know.
I think those are gifts. Yeah. You said gifts, you're giving like a candy bar or something. Yeah, like, I think that's like a gift.
Okay,
but if you were to like take someone's car through the car wash without them knowing, I think that's acts of service. Okay, yeah, so I would do like gift giving. I'm actually really good at words of affirmations, though. I'll be telling people how I really feel about them, and just randomly, I just wake up one day and I'm like, I just want to like let this person know like how much they mean to me, and so I feel like that's just a really important thing to do for people because you never know what someone's going through. Yeah, I would say I'm the same. Like I think I'm pretty good at giving words of affirmation. Yes, you are. But it is one of my most important ones that I need to receive now too. And I think my love languages have shifted also throughout the year because I think I used to put words of affirmation from others like maybe closer to the bottom. I don't know. I think like maybe there's just like a cockiness a little bit when like you're younger and it's just like I'm cool. Like, you know, either way, shape, or form, whether love, hate me, whatever, it's fine. And I still feel that way, but I still like need a little like also I just need like more reminders now. I'm a little more sensitive. I think just as time has gone on. So
literally
words of affirmation are really important to me. And I also like acts of service, like on both ends, but I respond really well to acts of service.
Okay.
So like if I come home and like the house is clean or something, like I really value that. If I come home to the like you know, after a long day and there's like dinner on the stove or something, it's like it means a lot to me. Like those sort of things that someone does and they don't get like they don't receive anything necessarily in exchange for it. They're just like putting their time and effort towards you. Those are things that are really meaningful to me from a love language perspective.
Noted. I was going to ask too. So we like talk about sorry, my Ariana Grande eyes.
Who are your favorite YouTubers?
Thank you.
From CC.
Okay, which YouTube?
And are there any YouTube channels you know particularly look up to or currently subscribe to?
That's a great question, CC. I have a few. What do I think? So I've been really into like tarot YouTubers, but I think that was just like a way for me to cope with my life. So I've just been like really like invested in learning on reading tarot cards, oracle cards, and that's just been really like fun and like just like a mental massage in my brain. I also am very obsessed with Love Island, and I used to watch Murad Merali like very religiously. So he does like a lot of reviews on the channel. Yeah. We just had a controversy, and so he's
I think I heard about that.
And so I don't know how to feel, but I usually will watch a lot of reaction videos, like, or reviews on certain shows, movies. I can't really think of the people right now. There has to be one. There's like one I really like will always. Oh God, he was the Zachary Campbell. He was the guy that was featured on Beyonce's like montage at the Formation tour. Evelyn the Internet is another one. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Yeah, those two they're very funny. They have great reaction videos. They like the same type of music and television media that I do, so I just very like relate to it a lot. But I love a lot of reaction videos for sure.
Well, I think people will have a lot of reaction videos from you to look forward to in the future. The launch of Unapologetically Coco. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thanks for the lovely questions.
It's been so great.
I know. Do you have some questions or some topics?
Yeah, so I want to talk because with Nick, he has been in the game for such a long time. And I remember when he first told us about wanting to do a release show for his EP. And my question for you is kind of how did you get past all of your blockages and limiting beliefs to get to a point where you were like, okay, I'm going to get the dancers, I'm going to get the backup singers, I'm going to get like, the drummers. Like, how did you were pretty young, so you were like 18. So like, that's also intimidating when you're that young.
Okay. So you're talking like start before I had kind of like released any original music, any like in the Twin Cities. Okay. So I had come to the realization that creating music and performing on stage and making original compositions and productions and things like of that nature was going to be a part of my life and career pathing, like probably when I was in high school. But there wasn't a lot of resources, or my world was pretty small also. And so I didn't see a lot of tangible ways how I was going to make that happen back then. But I knew, because I had this like love and passion for it, I saw myself, like when I looked in the mirror, I saw like a superstar, and I was like, it will happen. I just don't know how it will happen. I actually spoke at my high school graduation, and I said something along those lines too. I was like, I'm going to leave this institution. I'm going to start making music. I don't know how. I haven't met the people yet. I haven't done the things yet, but I'm going to go do it. And slowly but surely I did. I stayed in undergrad. Right away, I started meeting some awesome creatives, and I had thought the path would take me towards maybe meeting producers and like writing over beats and doing all that stuff. And I stole beats off the internet at first, and then I was like, okay, I probably shouldn't do this long term. And it led me to learning how to start, making and producing my own stuff, like on GarageBand and on Logic. Like, I bought a MacBook, and that was like the most money I'd ever spent on anything up until that time. But to me, that was like the key to the kingdom, because I was like, I have a MacBook, so I can make music now. Yeah, like this is amazing. It's really just, I think, almost like that. I don't know. There's like a young naivety, but there's like a beauty to it also, because you're just like, I'm just excited to do whatever, and I'm going to make anything work. And I have no expectations. I have nothing to measure it against. I just like, it's like me versus me. And yeah, so when it came, long story short, I did that for a few years. And when it came to finally finishing and releasing like my EP, it was all original compositions. I had met a dear collaborator named Luke Darger, who really helped me make the production come alive in a different way too. So I learned the beauty of like collaboration. And I just knew I liked to dance also. And by that time I had befriended you. I had befriended Krishlo, who's another very, very talented creative, multifaceted creative. And I was just like, y'all should dance with me, because I just thought you all had great movement. I thought you looked good together. It
felt like you had like a vision, though. It just like
it
just like blacked out. You're just like, oh.
Well, I was just like, this will work. And I was just like, just trust me, it'll work, because I did have a vision. And I was like, I know it'll be the best, And in retrospect, it's funny looking back, and some of my stuff, I definitely wasn't sounding the best. Like I can, like it wasn't the best thing that I had ever hit the market. But I mean, like the way we performed, it really was. And it was something that I think really did kind of send shockwaves through at least like the local music scene in Minneapolis, because there wasn't an act like the Nick Jordan show, and we just went from show to show to show, and we found ourselves a lot of the times like at hip hop shows, you know, with like a bunch of rappers. They were embracing us, you know. It was a very like Black queer act, and we were embraced like in the hip hop community, and we were embraced in like the indie scene, and we were embraced in like all of these spaces that the more I performed, and the more I performed with all y'all, the more I think just confident and comfortable I became in my identities also. So it's kind of the self-fulfilling prophecy of like doing what's true to your heart, and then also like discovering your identities and your confidence in those, and having nomenclature for it like along the way too. So it was a vision, and I just really started, I think part of the vision was like having a lot of talented people around me, and being like a visionary, and being like, I think y'all can work here, 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 and here, and I think you two should meet. You know, I grabbed some other artists I worked with in Asia and Maxi. They didn't really know each other that well, but I had separate relationships with them, and I was like, y'all should meet, and y'all all sound good together. So there's part of that too. It's like, yes, it's a vision, but it's also, I don't know, being fortunate enough to have good people around you to help bring it to life. I like ran out of money making NJ, and it like wasn't even like it wasn't like I sent it to like a professional like engineer to get it mixed. Like we were doing it in a very nice young man's like basement, and I had like $7 in my bank account by the time like that had finished.
You really
like
did.
Luke literally like he helped me during the time. Like we needed 1 more hour of mixing time, and I was like, I don't have it. And he like cut a check. I think one of my music business professors, Steve Cole, cut a check for me during another session.
Y'all, he was like literally like 18, 19 years old, like doing all this. That's what I'm like what was like going on in your mind, like just for you to be like, it's gonna happen? Because I feel like not that many people that age would do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think there were such a limited amount of things I objectively like loved and enjoyed that in some senses it was easy for me back then to choose it, because I was like I love this. Why wouldn't I? I have nothing to lose. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah. It's kind of what you told us too. You're like, we have nothing to lose. And that's kind of like how I feel like I approach a lot of the creative projects I do now. It's like I have nothing to lose, especially like with this. I'm just like, the worst case scenario is that I just get 1 like on something, but it's like at least I've done it. At least I tried it, and that's all that matters. And the fact that you're able to do it that at such a young age is so wild to me. But like going to like now with your current project and creating it during the panorama, how did you do that?
Yeah, so shifting from, I had a rebrand in between some projects. So I released a couple projects under Nick Jordan, and then I switched and went to NJ, EHN JEY. Those are just the initials from NJ spelled in a unique fashion. And I just felt like it was just time to, like, I felt like the quality of the music was going up. And I was very proud of all the stuff I did before, but I just wanted things to be packaged a little different, a little cleaner, kind of going forward, and be more intentional with the stuff I was putting out now. It wasn't just like throwing whatever against a wall and seeing what happened. I wanted to be a little more methodical with it. So with Needs and Non-Negotiables, it was a slower process. Honestly, I was going through a lot of changes. Life happens. And so sometimes you just have to like kind of let go, and you think you're going to finish a project a certain year, and it ends up being a few years later. And like, that's just what happened.
Facts.
But, you know, all those 8 songs are very autobiographical. It's things that happened to me. You know, I wrote every song, helped produce or co-produced every single song. I record, engineer myself, and it's
set period.
And it's an album I'm really proud of. I think it's, you know,
it's so good, y'all. It's really good.
Yeah, the feedback that I hear that really means a lot to me is some people are like, it's so vulnerable, you know, and
people receive that well too, though.
Yeah, and I think like it's all you can be. Like I think when music's a lot of things, but when it's like melodic and when it's honest, that's when it hits people. And so those are the things I try to like carry forward. And eventually Needs and Non-Negotiables got done, and it was released this summer, and happy to have it out.
You guys need to download that now. Oh, guys, that Charity. Bye, Charity. No one wants to hear you. Just kidding. What's like your most favorite song that you've written? You can do a top 3. Oh no, that's a hard question.
I think one of my favorite songs off the top of my head that I wrote is the first song on my new album, Needs and Non-Negotiables, called Hurt Myself.
That's my favorite song.
I just think it's very melodic. I think the melodies are nice. I think it's one of those songs, it's a ballad that like reminds me of things I listened to when I grew up. And it's fun as a creator when you start to make things, you make the, oh, thank you, Russell. You make the things that you're like imagining. And I just think it's really, I'm proud of that song, like tangibly. I'm like, this is a nice written song, and it's hard as someone who's very critical to like say that. So I love that song.
That's a really great song.
Yep.
What's a song that you would redo or like rework?
There are a few I'm interested maybe in like kind of re-recording and getting remixed and mastered and putting out a few like Nick Jordan songs just onto streaming again under the NJ name. I think one of those, of course, was Petty, which was like probably my most popular song that I put out in that era. Another one is called Fantasy, and that's just like a really fun house track. I probably wrote when I was 19, but it still really goes in. And especially now, like house music is so much in the mainstream right now. So I just think that it would be interesting to see what it would do to, you know, new ears.
What do y'all think? Should he do some new versions of these songs? Oh, Crystal, I said the same thing. Flavor on your Apple or your Spotify playlist. Do it now because you will not be sorry. He does it all. He writes his own stuff. He engineers his own stuff. And so you just won't be disappointed.
Yes, y'all need this.
Y'all need that in your... People be hating that I'm on Apple Music, though.
Oh, whatever.
Sorry.
Yeah. What's your favorite NJ song?
Oh, Hurt Myself, for sure.
Okay, there we go then.
Hurt Myself is my favorite song. I think because of my sad girl summer, I love Candlelight Bright.
It's a great one.
Candlelight Bright. And then Deal. Is it called Deal? I love Deal.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then old school, obviously Flavors. And then Petty. But that's just a really fun song to perform. Everyone just gets so amped anytime we get on stage and do Petty. Yeah. I feel like I just have like that feeling every time.
Yeah, it is a fun song. I feel like with the new music I'm working on, I think one of the challenges for me, I want to like create a song that bangs harder than that song, because Needs and Non-Negotiables actually has a lot of mid-tempos, and so I never want to close that with a mid-tempo. So I'm like, I need to make something like crazier than
it'll happen.
Like, so I will.
We're manifesting.
I will.
Oh, I got a question for you guys. If Nick and I collaborated on a video, what should we do? Like what should we talk about? What would you guys want to see? I know it has to happen, so I'm kind of curious what people think. I also appreciate y'all hanging out with us. I know it's late, but I feel like, oh, Cece said dance. I know.
Yeah, we can definitely do some dancing.
I feel we haven't like danced for fun in a while.
It's been a while. I mean, I think there are a lot of elements that go into that. I mean, life, obviously, and you're recently back here, which is good. Space. Sometimes as dancers, like it's hard to find just the space to dance if you don't have access to a space with mirrors. It's like, so.
I agree. They said, Caleb said, talk about dating, like our dating lives.
I mean,
non-existent.
It's a
I'm kidding. That's very interesting.
Yeah, dating's very interesting,
especially now because I'm not a dating app kind of girl. So
I definitely was.
But you got luck in that now. I don't know. I just feel so bad for the people who are not getting matches. Like my empath starts raging because I feel bad that someone's not getting.
I think there's someone for everyone.
I don't know. Then you have to swipe left, right? What's bad? Left is bad. You have to swipe left on someone.
You know this. Don't do this.
I always forget. Right Russell, walk us through an Albert and Nick hangout. Watching YouTube videos.
Yeah. Yeah, we watch YouTube videos. We watch a lot of old music videos.
We watch a lot of old music videos.
We watch Love Island.
We watch Love Island. We eat good food.
Mm-hmm.
We might go to an event or two, catching up, watching things that give us joy. Like we will rewatch Making the Band any day. Anything that just like make us happy, we will do it. Do one of those videos where one person dances to the lyrics and the other dances to the melody.
That's a really good
idea,
Cameron.
That's such a great idea.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, I've seen it on like TikTok and things. Like it'll be like a side by side, and one person will like do choreography to more of like the lyrics of what's going on, and someone will be more like rhythmic based.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Talk about random subjects, definitely. Maybe do a Charlie XCX song. She has, Martha, we would take that very seriously.
We would take that so seriously.
Yeah, I would definitely have my homework ahead of time.
That's actually a great idea.
It is.
I think that would give us a lot of joy. That would actually give me like heart palpitations though, of all time.
Hi, Evan. Evan says proud of you both. How would you describe your creative voices?
My creative voice.
Mm-hmm.
My creative voice. I think my creative voice is definitely vulnerability. I'm realizing it's vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
And so, whether it's movement, my presence, or just, just being on stage, like I want it to be authentic and I want it to, convey an emotion. And even like during college, like I vibe, even if it's a hip hop dance, I vibe when it's telling a story. Like I just don't want to dance. Like I want to like people to go through a journey with a character. I love portraying characters. Like acting in theater has been like my first love. And so if I can incorporate that with dance, it just means so much more when I'm able to like go through a whole thing.
Yeah. That's dope. Yeah, I would say mine is obviously very musical. It's very collaborative and honest.
Yeah, dishonest.
Yeah, and it's like tangible. Like I want it to be something that people can feel. So whether that's raw, whether that's vulnerable. Yeah,
we just like being authentic humans. Steven is getting close to my bedtime. Thank you, Steven. Oh my goodness.
I know. We'll wrap it up at 8 for sure.
Russell says, have people submit questions anonymously and YouTube read them and answer them over a video. That would be so terrifying. But I think that would be so funny. Come and see what you would answer. We're definitely doing that. I need to like love that. Grace said Russell has an excellent ideas. He does. Cameron, film y'all playing some Challenge the Wall. That would be terrifying. I don't know if I could do that for the kids.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, you don't want it.
I don't get out of the house.
He doesn't. Maybe share what songs. Oh, hi. Oh my God, Beth. Hi. Maybe share what songs bring you joy. Share some karaoke time. Fun fact about me, I don't like karaoke. I'm just not a good singer.
I don't know if that's completely true.
Like I can like carry a tune, but I'm not like a vocalist. You know what I mean? And so I just get it like.
Who cares?
maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it for the video.
Talk about some of your favorite underground artists. Can of course do that. Draw subjects out of a hat. Call it no cap. Very fun.
Llama Day. That's so good.
Oh yes, this is actually a great question, Stephen, to help tie this all back together for our last few minutes here. Did you talk about your video release schedule at all, and when can your subscribers expect new content to drop?
That is a great question. So, I'm releasing 5 videos. Hopefully by tomorrow. There's 3 that are published. It's just taking a really long time on YouTube. But I have 5 videos that are completed. And then my goal is either to do like 1 to 2 every Friday, that's what I'm telling myself. So I'm just hold me accountable, but that's kind of what is the ideal for me. So expect new videos either Thursday or Friday. I'm gonna kind of see like what works the best. But I'll let people know. Just follow my Insta and we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited. I have like some good stuff that I'm really proud of. You get to see my self-care routine. I have a whole routine that I do morning and night. So I'm going to talk about that. My self-care journey, my self-love journey. I'm going to do a reaction video to Hocus Pocus too, because I know everyone has watched it.
Yes.
And if you haven't, do it now. So I'm just going to do a lot of those things, like, you know, pop culture things and just reacting. And then I know someone said something about like looks, and I'm trying to play with my fashion a little bit more. So I'm trying to figure out the best way of like giving a platform for the clothes that I wear. So
that's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm just like really overwhelmed with just how I've been supported throughout this entire time. And like, you guys don't know how much this means to me. This is such a huge dream. And thank you for just holding space for me and just allowing me to be myself. And yeah, I'm excited to keep learning and keep growing and keep creating. And I just know that it's all gonna lead to good things. And my only hope for that just amazing support group. And yeah, just stay tuned. This is gonna be such a fun ride. And there's no turning back now. I have to keep going.
I know. And I know I speak for all of you and who have the pleasure of knowing Coco personally, that they've always been a star, and they've always that people are support you in this endeavor and every single endeavor that, you know, you go into from here. It's all up from here. Because you've taken this step, you've been brave. It's not easy to like put yourself out there.
Yeah.
It's not at all. But people are here to support you, love you.
Yeah. And that's all like, I'll be proud. And so I know like as I rise, the people around me rises too. And so this is just so exciting. And I'm very, very, very grateful. And yeah, hold me accountable. If you're like, hey, Coco, we still haven't seen anything, I need that. I need all the support. I need all the love. Keep sending ideas. You know, if you want to collaborate, let's do that. I'm so open, and I'm just ready to just keep this going. And I just have really, really good feeling about this. Like, I just feel really good about it. It just makes sense. It feels in alignment. And yeah. So I just really appreciate everyone taking the time and hanging out with us.
Yes.
There should be another video that uploaded. So if you have time, check that out. Hopefully there'll be 2 tomorrow. And yeah, I can't turn back now. I'm really stressed out about that. But thank you guys so much. Love every single one of you. Let me see who's all here still. Oh yeah. Thank you, Chrislo. Thank you, Steven. Allie. Oh my God. Thank you, Allie. Carly. Dom.
Melissa.
Jake. Grace. I love you guys so much.
Do you have any closing thoughts for your people?
I mean, just stay tuned. It's only gonna go up from here. And yeah, I'm feeling really blessed. And this is just gonna be the first step of something that is just going to expand. So just you wait.
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you so much, y'all.